Hey everyone, I am speaking on a foreign country called Nigeria. We will be discussing the way they greet one another, the way they hold their meetings, the outfits that you would see them wearing, and their healthcare. So let's start off by how they do their greetings. So when it comes to male greeting male, there is a handshake of the right hand, and typically it will start into a conversation and the handshake can be held into the start. When it comes to a younger male greeting a senior male, they are to slightly bow to them, showing seniority. When it comes to women greeting women, they greet one another with a handshake, and if it's a close family friend or a family member, there is a kiss to the cheek. Now, when it is a male greeting a woman, the male is to wait for the woman to initiate the greetings by representing her hand, and that is when then he can introduce himself to her. So, now going into how they hold their meetings. Typically in their so when it comes to their meetings, how they go about doing them is the person that is initiating the meeting always wants to be on time, even though if they know the opposite person will be late, you always want to be on time or before. And when they greet each other at a meeting, you always start with seniority. You go with the highest person of seniority down to the lowest. Not all meetings for them is business related. So when they know that they are going to be holding a meeting, they know to clear their schedules so that they are not rushing one another, because that shows rudeness. So now let's get into their clothing. So for the southern part of the country, they would typically wear their Western standard of style clothing. But their business attire for men would be stylish suits, and for the women could possibly be trouser suits. But typically you would see from their heritage the women wearing long flowing robes and headscarves that are to be wore loose fitting. And so now let's go into the way they do their healthcare. Their healthcare has 3 tiers. There's the government tier, I'm sorry. Let me try that one again. The healthcare has 3 tiers. There's the federal share, the state share, and the local share. They each have their own ways of how they're supposed to separate out. The federal is to manage the teaching of how to run the hospitals and specialties and the smaller centers. The state is to train the nurses, midwives, and health techs to help assist in the local facilities. And the locals are just to run the local facilities and centers. So when we are on our trip over there, we will try to follow by some of their rules and the way they do things so that we do not offend them. Thanks.